Okay, so I'm gonna explain how your body cells get the oxygen they need to function. So first, whenever you inhale oxygen, and it goes down your trachea to your lungs, and then in your lungs it reaches the alveoli or the alveolus, and then there are tiny air sacs called alveoli, and this is where gas exchange occurs. So first, the alveoli fills with oxygen-rich air, and the oxygen diffuses across the thin walls of the alveoli into the surrounding capillaries, which are tiny blood cells or tiny blood vessels. And at the same time, the oxygen is diffusing. The carbon dioxide diffuses into the alveolus to be exhaled. So through this process, oxygen enters the bloodstream through the alveoli, while carbon dioxide is removed from the bloodstream and exhaled. Okay, next is to understand the next is to explore how the heart and circulatory system transport oxygen to your cells. And the heart is a powerful muscle that pumps blood throughout your body, and it ensures the oxygen reaches every cell. So the heart has four chambers: the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. And it also has like a right side and a left side, which each complete like different processes. So blood enters your right atrium through the inferior superior vena cava from your body, and in this stage, your blood is deoxygenated. So it's in a process of getting oxygenated. So from the right atrium, the blood travels through the right AV valve into the right ventricle, and then from the right ventricle, it ends up to the lungs through going through the pulmonary semilunar valve and the pulmonary artery. And then in the lungs is where the gas exchange occurs, like I explained about the oxygen diffusion and carbon dioxide diffusion. And then once that happens and your blood becomes oxygenated, it travels through the pulmonary vein. And then from the pulmonary vein, it goes to the left atrium. And then in the left atrium, it travels through the left AV valve into the left ventricle. And then from the left ventricle, it travels to the aorta through the aortic semilunar valve. And then in the aorta, it goes to your body, and the rest of the blood gets distributed. The oxygenated blood gets distributed to the rest of the cells in the body. Something to point out is that the systemic circulation here is where the left ventricle pumps oxygen-rich blood from into the aorta, and then it travels through the arteries and capillaries to reach tissues and organs by delivering oxygen and nutrients to cells. And then here is the pulmonary circulation, where the right ventricle pumps the deoxygenated blood to the lungs for gas exchange. So the circulatory pathway involves two main circuits: the systemic circulation here, it delivers oxygen to the body, and the pulmonary circulation here, where blood is reoxygenated in the lungs.